There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Can see the pole, see my face, everything's good. Might actually try throwing out a second pole too, just having it in the cart. Looks like we're already getting a hit too. Wow. Just started this thing. All right, got everything ready. Got the pliers out, got the fish grips out. Everything is out ready just in case we get a fish, which it shouldn't take long to get one. At least I wouldn't think. If it ends up taking a little bit of time, we'll move to the other spot I know there's some fish at, but this right here is a really good spot. You can actually see the pole pretty good right there too. I don't know if we'll get any giants like we did the other day, but we should get at least something decent. I'm thinking most of them are going to be 15, like 10 to 15 pounds in that range. Probably going to be a bunch of little 3 to 5 pounders. I got 10 people in here. What's going on? Thanks for the like. Go on, y'all. Hit that like for me. We caught a good catfish yesterday, so I come back out here. Our river is way past the bank. You can see the river walk over there is actually underwater. So we're back out here as soon as I got off work. I come straight here, put some bait out, see if we can't get one. What's up, Dirty Harry? What's going on? We got good bait out there. They're eating chicken breast right now. We caught that one that was like 15 to 20 pounds yesterday. My scale said 16, but then when I tested my scale at home, it was 2 pounds off, so we're not going to use it anymore. Fishing at river trees in the UK. Okay, cool. All right, y'all, for you, wacky worm. Yeah, right. We got chicken breast out there. I'm out of shad, so yeah, if you're new here, you like fishing and hanging out, please subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. I don't know how long it's going to take to get a bite, but I'm not expecting it to take long. When the river gets super high like this, the catfish usually go crazy. We're fishing the Chattahoochee River here in Columbus, Georgia, and Phoenix City. I'm actually on the Phoenix City side. And we got chicken breast out there. Appreciate y'all coming in. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Already had, before my live even went good, we had a bite. So we're trying for blue cats. Come to America. Got to find some good fish in here first. Appreciate it, bud. I need all the luck I can get. Hopefully we'll have a big hit here just in a second. Yesterday, when the water got high like it is now, was when the fish started turning on. No, we just started the live, but before my live went active, I had a bite. So there's fish hitting right now. Like I said, you can see the river walk over there is completely underwater right now. We're massive flooding after that hurricane. Hi from Scotland. What's going on? Columbus, Georgia here. Well, actually, this is Phoenix City, Alabama, but Chattahoochee River. We share the same river. So I'm on the Alabama side today fishing. This is my favorite side to fish when the water comes up. You can see the bridge back there. Like over half of it's underwater right now. Normally those legs are way, way above the water. We're fishing in the Chattahoochee River right now. Phoenix City, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia. Down in Florida. I heard Florida got hit pretty hard in that storm. I know my buddy over on the Georgia coast, he was stuck for 2 days down there. Yeah, my buddies on the other side of Georgia got nailed. Yeah. Appreciate it. I need all the luck I can get. Catch a lot during your fishing time. Okay. This section of the river is not known for giant fish. You know, the big fish in this area is 15 to 20 pounds, but here lately we've been nailing them in that range. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of little guys too. I don't know about no war eagle. Not after Saturday. I'll give you a roll tide though. Oh yeah, I go out here in the kayak all the time. Actually, if you look, so all the lives that you see me do, anybody that's been here before, right there's where I'm always in the kayak catching fish. We just can't do it today. The river is just way too dangerous. If I kept it close to the bank, we could probably do it, but I just don't want to take the chance. Biggest I've ever had was in Florida. If you're talking about from the beach, was a 9.5-foot tiger shark. Biggest from this river is a 32-pound blue cat. Like my cap? Yeah, appreciate it. I think the first 10 members on my channel are going to get one sort of like it. They don't have this exact hat anymore. It depends on what we're talking about. Thank you for all the likes. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all coming in, watching the live. We should be getting into some fish here quick. Turtles. There's a bunch of turtles out here right now, too. A lot of stuff's been washed up near the bank because they can't fight the current. So I was seeing mice and turtles and snakes and everything on the bank. I'm in the process of getting a remote-controlled bait boat. How can I catch a shark? Shark fishing and catfishing are almost exactly the same. You just have to use bigger gear for sharks. You already ordered? Nice. Big bass in the U.S. There's still some big bass to be caught here. I'd say just make sure you keep up with your local laws, but try to use as natural bait as possible. The only reason why I'm using chicken is because I'm out of bait right now. I've ran out of shad and skipjack. And the bluegill, you're not going to find them in this. Not with it flooded. 22 pounds. That's a good fish. Or the shark will scare you. We ain't got any sharks here, thankfully. Although I wish we did. Shark fishing would be awesome right here in my own river. Good catfish bait. Believe it or not, during the summertime, if you can't find bluegill or shad, use chicken breast, raw chicken breast. It has an enzyme in it that mimics the same enzymes in the zebra mussels that the catfish eat. Yeah, let's go. And chicken breast is easy to get. That's an easy bait. You don't have to throw a net or anything like that for. Through an RC boat? I don't know. I'm not sure what they can handle. I've seen some guys catch some smaller fish on them. Get a fish in 20 minutes. Okay, well, that's up to you, but hopefully we get one regardless. They should be biting right now. It might take a minute for them to find the bait, but once they do, we should fire up. I don't have another rod holder with me, so what I'm gonna do here in a little bit is I'm gonna put another rod out just using the cart rod holders. Yeah, chicken liver works pretty good too. The only thing is in current like this is it washes all the blood out of it really fast. Salted prawns, okay. Yeah, I see some guys use shrimp and stuff out here sometimes, and they do okay catching smaller catfish. Biggest I've ever caught is a 9.5-foot tiger shark. That was down in Panama City, Florida, off the beach. I used to do a lot of land-based shark fishing. I'm going to do it again. Just got to get more gear. This is Columbus, Georgia, Phoenix City, Alabama. We're actually on the Chattahoochee River. It's super blowed out. The river walk on the other side is completely underwater. Apollo Beach? No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I've mostly fished off of Panama City, Destin. I did a little bit of fishing in, oh Lord, was it Myrtle Beach up there? Was that South or North Carolina? I can't remember. Yeah, this spot's a good spot regardless, but when the water's low, there's actually no water right here. You have to go way out there before you hit any water. 6-foot lemon shark, those are fun. I'm actually gonna cut a piece of bait, and I think I might put a second pole out while we got the space for it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit that like button for me. I'm gonna move this so y'all can see more of everything, because I'm gonna use the cart as a second rod holder. Gonna be a little bumpy for a second. Y'all give me a moment. I gotta get the tripod legs out. There it is. There we go. St. Simon's. I feel like I've been there before. I feel like I went there a long time ago. Can y'all see that? Okay, sweet. Yeah. $20 if we get a fish. I mean, that's up to the fish now. They gotta bite. Get a little bit closer so y'all can see more of the action. Trying to find a flat spot. It's about as good as that's gonna probably get. We'll go with the medium action rod, put it in close, see how that does. Take you fishing. That's where my buddy was stuck the other day during this hurricane though. Him and his wife and the kids were stuck for like 2 to 3 days without power, without gas to drive home, without food. It was a pretty sucky situation, I think is what he was telling me. They just got home yesterday. Put the coat down here because I feel like as soon as I get a bite, it's going to knock it over. Y'all give me 1 second while I cut this bait. There we go. Oh, there it is. Yeah. We actually have space. We can put multiple rods out. No power for 2 days. Whoo! Yeah, that sucks. Just caught a 4-pound smallmouth. Heck yeah, I love smallmouths. Those are like the greatest bass ever. I love giant largemouth, don't get me wrong, but smallmouth are just so daggone cool. See how that one does in close. We got one out far, one in close. There we go. I appreciate all the likes, y'all. We just got started. We haven't been fishing probably what? So the live's been going 16 minutes. We had a good bite as I was getting the camera set up. I'll probably give it about another 5 minutes and then I'll reel the orange pole up because that's the one that had the hit, just to make sure we still got bait on it. So we got one out far and this one's in close. That's a medium action rod. I don't want that one way, way too far out. But we're way past the banks from that hurricane, y'all. This river is super flooded. So this is the Chattahoochee River. There we go. Chattahoochee River here in Phoenix City, Alabama. On the other side is Columbus, Georgia. If you're part of the Twisted Army and you've been watching me fish these lives, over there is where I usually fish out of my kayak. So we got chicken breast on both of them right now. I'm out of shad. We ran out of shad to skipjack, but they have been absolutely tearing up the chicken breast. We caught one that was right at 20 pounds yesterday on it. Surrounded by water. Oh yeah. Any specific bait? If I had my choice, I would be using skipjack right now, but we're out of skipjack and there's not very many in the area right now. There definitely ain't going to be any in this kind of water right here. I won't be able to catch another one until the river comes back down. Just glad it's a nice day. We got another storm coming supposedly. I'm curious to see which pole gets hit first. We got that little green one's just barely out there. But a lot of times when the river's high like this, they hug that bank, so. Now we did have a hit on the orange one before the camera was set up. Carp. Oh man, I went carp fishing last week and I had one hooked up and somehow he spit the hook right as he got to the dock. So I haven't caught a carp in a while. Appreciate y'all coming in. Thanks for hitting the like button for me. If you're new here, you like fishing and hanging out, please subscribe to the channel. Look, there's something tugging on it now. Yeah, mine was tiny. I lost the other day. It was probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 pounds. £25? Shoot, yeah. That's a good fish. My favorite catfish rig, so you're talking about what, like hook, line, sinker, all that kind of stuff. I tie my own. I don't trust anybody else's. I just use basically a Carolina rig to a Demon Dragon. I actually don't have a float on either of these today. Best bait for carp is corn and no weights. Yeah. Well, I do the pack baits and all that kind of stuff with it. Jumped over the bridge. You'd be surprised. I see a lot of fish jumping around out here. My biggest catfish ever is a 75-pound flathead. Yeah, we caught it in Mississippi. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. When it's actually low, the river actually funnels under that one backside of the bridge over here. Normally this is ultra shallow. There's no water here until you get out almost to the other side over there. We're fishing in Chattahoochee River here in Phoenix City, Alabama. Uh-oh, look, he's getting hit. These are circle hooks. You got to let them hook themselves. Hey, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And we got a bigger hook on that one over there too, just in case a bigger fish hits. Get them, yeah. We might. We're getting bites. I had a bite before we started the camera up. Got a bite on these two poles just now. Hey, from South Africa. What's going on? Thanks for coming in. Thank you. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I'm so close to actually getting the full monetization. They just set me up to get members and stuff. We're one step closer to being full time now, since we're actually monetized on TikTok, and we're getting there on Instagram. We got a while before that happens. Bending green. Yeah, that one is super flimsy. Anything's going to bend it. It's going to move around with the current. You'll know whenever an actual fish gets hooked up on that one. I appreciate it. It's a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. It bit the green? Yeah. Yeah, we're using cut bait for them right now. We're using chicken breast. Only reason why I'm doing that is because I'm out of bluegill, I'm out of shad, skipjack. You know, chicken breast is actually something easy you can pick up. Yeah, gizzards. Yeah, we have big gizzards down here too. I'm from here. This is my area. I'm local from Columbus, Georgia, and Phoenix City. So we're fishing right here in my own backyard. I'm going to go ahead and check the orange pole real quick, because that was a pretty good hit. Make sure we still got bait on there. I don't know. I'm hoping here in a few minutes we get another bite. Yep, got the bait. We got plenty of bait for today, though. New piece on there. We'll give it a few minutes, and then we'll check the green one also. That's actually a super light weight. It's a dragon weight. I think it's only about an ounce. Too big? Nah, not for around here. We're just trying for blue cats. We'll take any catfish, but we're really trying for the blue cats. Hey, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Y'all be safe out there, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Mike's fishing. What's up, Mike? What's going on, buddy? I ain't seen you in a minute, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. Need a license? Yeah, you do have to have a license. I actually renewed mine before I came down here. Got to think about it, I hadn't checked it in a while. When I pulled in the parking lot, looked, it was expired, so I went ahead and ordered one. Live bait, because the river got blowed out and I have no chance of getting to live bait. I wish I was down in Panama City catching sharks, to be honest with you. That's my favorite thing to catch. I'm trying to get one, a big one out of the kayak. We had a bunch hit last year, but they come off. Yep, they stole the bait on the green one too. Let's put a little piece out there. More food. Yeah, I don't eat them from the freshwater. Most of the fish we eat, saltwater fish. We let them all go here. You said you had a bite? Yeah, well, I figured we had one, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't still have bait on there, but we'll get a piece back out there. So we had one hit out far. No, two hit out far and one in close. I think we're going to drop it down to an even smaller piece on this green pole. Oh yeah, they get caught quite regular around here. They're pretty smart. One thing that they got going for them is this current makes it harder to get a hook in them sometimes. Yeah, moderator, if you actually stick around and stay in more than just 1 or 2 lives, and I get to where I can trust you, I will make you one. I'm careful with who I make moderators because I had some mess the channel up not too long ago. So. Yo, what up, Clayton? Well, what it is because they're coming upstream with the current, a lot of times you can't tell you've got a bite until they actually feel the hook point. So we will get some. They'll hit and they'll fall back. What up, Skull Rush? I'm getting all my people in here now. And when they fall back, a lot of times they get hooked. Rubber banding your bait to the hook. I don't think I have any with me today. Normally I have pantyhose. You put it in pantyhose and put it around the hook, you do good. So these are the Akuma Cat Slayer rods. That's the Cat Slayer and the Cat Slayer Custom. I'm actually sponsored by them. Me and several other people actually helped them develop these rods. So I actually had a hand in creating these. And so it's pretty cool to actually get a chance to use them. I actually got to test them when they first came out before they were sold in stores and everything. As a life dream right there. Oh, I do all kinds of fishing. I do bass fishing. Not the old Chattahoochee castaway. Hey, Mander, what you doing? They on it? They better. I'm hoping we get some more hits now. This is a prime spot. Looks like green's moving a little bit now. I think that might be the current, though. 10-foot poles. Yeah, I use those a lot too. I actually use 12-foot surf rods, but just, coming straight from work, it was easy to just have these in the back of the truck and you can just go, you know what I mean? We've had 4 or 5 bites already. They're being kind of weird about that hook set. I'll give it a little while. If we don't pick up a fish on the dropper loop, we'll move over and we'll do an actual float rig. This one is a 2-piece. So the green one is a 2-piece rod. It's designed for channel cats and stuff. The orange one is designed for giant trophy catfish. We actually put the stuff on it to go for like 80 to 90 pound blue cats or bigger. Yeah, it will, but we'll still catch some fish. It's not a big deal. We've got plenty of bait today. Going down? No, it definitely is not going down. My biggest ever is a 9.5 foot tiger shark I caught down in Panama City, Florida, fishing off the beach. Biggest catfish was in Mississippi, was a 75 pound flathead. I've caught multiple 50, 55s in Tennessee. You do magnet fishing? Oh, that's pretty cool. Biggest bass, I've got 2 that are 12 pounds, 8 ounces. I've hooked bigger and they've come off. That was years ago, the giant bass. Biggest bass I've caught in the last couple years, I think, was 7. Was this year on a big swim bait. So I fish for everything with every kind of way you can think of. So you cannot do that from there, but there's a bridge that way. When the water gets actually higher than this, you can fish off of it. Pup fish? I don't know. Going fishing, sweet. Good luck, bud. Get out there and go get them. We'll pick up a fish here soon. Thank you for all the likes. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Yeah, we let them go. I let all of my stuff go most of the time. And when we go down to Florida when the Spanish mackerel are running, we keep those. We fill a cooler up and they'll last us the whole year. I've actually never caught a trout. Every time I've went, they've outsmarted me. I had one hooked one time and it come off. Ohio past few days? Yeah, I bet. Yeah, we've had tons of rain. Luckily, the worst part of the storm missed us. But we're still getting a ton of water coming from, up north down through the river. So it's going to be high for a while. Ugh. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks for all of my subscribers, all the likes. It's awesome. You can go back and look through my channel, see some of the fish that we've caught. This year's been probably one of my best years for big fish. Now we're in Georgia. You live in Tennessee? Okay, yeah, my buddy's up in Tennessee. Joe from Chat Cats Fishing. Their river's blowed out right now. If I catch any kind of rare fish, it'll be awesome. I'd like to catch an albino again. So we do have perch here, we just don't have many of them. You got to go up north to get more perch. And we don't have pike, but we have something related to them. It's called a pickerel, chain pickerel. They look like a tiny pike. We haven't caught any today, not yet. We've had a bunch of bites. We just got to get them hooked up. Oh, snapping turtle. Those are always fun. We get some big ones out here, big gator snapping turtles. Goblin shark? Well, since they're They're jellyfish eaters. It's kind of hard to catch them, I would think. Most of them have been caught. We're in a net. I know, because they're my favorite shark. Check this. I'm going to recast this. Dang, boy, they stole the bait again. Might have to go to a teeny tiny piece for in close. Let's do a little cube. There we go. Could be the currents pulling this chicken off sometimes too. We're down here fishing in Phoenix City, Alabama on the Chattahoochee River. Columbus, Georgia's just on the other side over there. What's that? Twisted tackle fishing? I fish out here all the time. I'm on YouTube right now. I do TikTok and all that stuff though, so it's just whatever you prefer. All right, I appreciate it. And Patrick, it's a twisted tackle fishing. Twisted tackle, yeah. Yeah. I got about a 13-pound drum. I love catching drum. They're so much fun. Biggest I've gotten, probably that tiger shark. That's just how it is. There's a lot of little cats in here right now too. You got to always deal with the little channel cats. So, I mean, that's just part of it. I brought plenty of bait just because of that reason. When is my live stream? What are you talking about? Like, again, I just, right now, until I can go 100% full time, I just go live whenever I have the ability to go live. Like, I came straight from work here. You know, we were painting a house, and as soon as we got done, all my stuff was in the truck. I just grabbed some bait and shot down here real quick. Hey, what's up, Joe? Corey's Outdoor Adventures. I'll try to remember that when I get home. Corey's Outdoor Adventures. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always do good when this water floods like this. Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. We'll give it probably another 20 minutes here. And if we don't catch a fish in the next 20 minutes, I'll move up further. I'll move up. So the way the current works here, right now you can see the current's going this way. It's going downstream. If I go upstream, there's some rock islands that are in the river. The current hits those islands, and it'll actually push the current back upstream. We'll be fishing upstream. It'll be dragging you up. It's like pretty much like a giant whirlpool, and we always do good there too. That's where I caught the 20-pounder just the other day. We got the green one is actually in close, so there's a big drop off right here. This normally never has water. There's this grass and everything. There's like a hill that slides down, so this is all dry. The riverbank is actually, you know, probably about 10 foot under, really. I'm out of skipjack, man. I've ran out of skipjack a while ago. The catfish have been biting so good, and the skipjack have been so scarce, I ran out early this year. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, or you could even put it in the comments on one of my videos. Go into any video, it doesn't matter which one, and just put in there, hey, you know, Corey's Outdoor Adventures, and I'll find it and subscribe to you. Bait's been rough, yeah. Everybody in Tennessee's been struggling for bait. Yeah, I love skipjack. It's what I'd be using right now if we had one. but we don't, so we're using chicken breast. But I've been doing killer on the chicken breast in this flooded water. You have to go? All right, bud, good luck. I appreciate it, thank you. Yeah, anybody wants to sub, please subscribe to the channel, help me grow. Do that subscribing. Hit that like button for me. I can't say that. Fishing has been incredible here this year. Now, so in Tennessee, I heard a couple of my buddies caught some good 60s and 50s right before the storm hit. So that was just yesterday, or no, not yesterday, like a couple days ago. Thank you. I appreciate all the subs. It's awesome. I'm still new to doing the whole YouTube live. I'm bigger on TikTok. I've been doing TikTok lives for a while, but I'm trying to move a lot of my stuff over here. So I don't know if you can share this out or not. It's been rough. Well, that sucks. I hate that. As far as catfishing's been kind of slow after spring, but the bass fishing's been incredible here in the Chattahoochee River. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, what anime you like? I see you got anime in your name. What's your favorite? Thank you. I appreciate all the subscribers. That's awesome. Not saying you have to, but I do have members now. They just made it to where I can get members. First 10 members are going to get a hat mailed to them. It's not going to be quite like this one. It's going to be more of a green color. We cannot get this hat anymore, so, but it'll have the logo and everything. I do. It's just easy to catfish now because the river's past the banks, but I bass fish. I throw big swim baits for largemouth. I've got 14 spotted bass this year over 4 pounds and 2 over 5 pounds. Probably about 8 of them were caught on a fluke. Yeah, I get enough members. We'll do member lives once or twice a month too. It just depends on how many we get. You know what I mean? I could always use the support, but I always feel weird about asking for it. From Italy, huh? Awesome. Thanks for coming in. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love it. I love throwing big swim baits for those big largemouth. Well, I still do. I'm still going to do regular lives throughout the month. It's just if you're a member, you would get like 1 or maybe 2 like member-only lives. That most of those are usually talking business, location, stuff like that. You're definitely not missing out if you don't become one. It just helps support me and what I'm doing more than just your average subscriber. Y'all must have got hit bad by the storm. Later, Luke. I gotta go. See you, man. Big fart, but I ain't got to. The river's doing it for me. This is not the cleanest river. Man, I can take all the likes I can get from you. I appreciate it. About 15 more minutes. If we don't end up catching here, I'll move to another location. Since we started here, I have so many other spots I could stop at. To subscribe to the channel is nothing. It don't cost you a thing to be a subscriber. Just hit that subscribe button and you'll just see my content when it comes out. That's all. To go fishing today, I'm not sure where you're at. I would use something that looks natural, though. Something you would see in your area. So this is the Chattahoochee River. We're on Phoenix City, Alabama. It's shared by our sister city, Columbus, Georgia, which is directly on the other side right there. I may have to check that orange pole. I haven't seen a tap on it. I know we put bait just not too long ago. I'm wondering if the current washed it off. I'm gonna give it, was it 45 minutes? We'll give it 5 minutes and then I'll check that orange pole, make sure it's still got bait. Oh, membership? It just depends. I think they're set up to like, I want to say it's like $2.99, $5.99, and like $10.99. It's just whatever you feel like giving to help support the channel. Yeah, I should have brought pantyhose. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I actually helped design these rods. I'm part of the Akuma team. I'm sponsored by Akuma, and me and about 4 other cat fishermen helped design these rods for them. So these are kind of like my baby. You know what I mean? I've already caught some decent fish on it. Some other guys have caught some giants with them. So what does double tapping the screen do? Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. Nice. Got that music and headphones going. Gives you a like? Okay, sweet. So it's just like TikTok then. Yeah, the raw chicken, the rubber band don't work as good. See, I'm gonna go ahead and check that orange pole. It's been sitting too long without a bite. I'm wondering if that bait got pulled off. I feel like we got bait. Make sure it's hooked good so we don't lose it. All right, we put it way back out there. Skipjack is an incredible catfish bait, and it's what I wish I had right now. I wish I had a skipjack. Even a frozen one would do crazy right now. Skull, rush up, Skull. Old Skull boy. We're using chicken breast today. I'm completely out of shad, bluegill, all that stuff. So we're just using what we got. We got some chicken breast, and that's what I've been catching them on the last couple days. So it was full, and I have been catching so many catfish this year, I'm already out. But I also share my freezer with, you know, my wife and our food and stuff, so I can't have a whole freezer of skipjack, although I wish I could. Something nibbled it. Yep, look. See if he actually does something with it. It could be drifting too, though. That is a sandy bottom that I threw into. It might just be sliding. Realistically, I'm waiting for the one that actually doubles it down. Yeah, we have gizzard shad. I caught a bunch of them this year, but I ran out of them too. I've been going through bait, y'all. Between gar, catfish, and the bass, I have used up everything. White bass. I'm not too sure about the laws down here about white bass, but I know in Tennessee I use them. Big J hooks. Let's go. Yeah, I didn't think you could. That's why I don't. I try to just stick to my shad, you know, bluegill, stuff like that. Illegal in Bama? Yeah. Well, I have the orange one has a dragon weight on it. It's meant to just kind of, I want it to wash around and kind of run into a fish. We've had a bunch of bites. It's just getting them to stay on the hook. There's one of my members. Maybe. I know that green's in a lot closer. Oh yeah, I'm sponsored by them. Like I actually sought them out. I use so much of their stuff. They like my channel. You know, I got over 10 million views this year, so they want. I've actually been with them 2 years now. This is my second year. It's going to be finishing up, and we'll be starting our third year with them. Banana weights. Next time we reel up the green, we're going to swap it out, and we're going to go with the Battle Cat with the float. We're going to try a float out here in this current and see if that'll work. No, not fishing for carp today. We're actually catfishing. I did carp last week, and we had one hooked up and lost it. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. That'd be awesome. If anybody's new in here, you like fishing, hanging out, and having a good time, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me immensely. They'll figure out that bait's there. We'll get a hook up here soon. Appreciate it, bud. Thanks for coming in. Travis and Patrick, nice meeting you. Hey, what's up, bud? Yeah. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I was hoping I'd show you a fish before you left, but they're being a little weird. I did bring Kool-Aid. If we have to, we'll throw some Kool-Aid on it and spice it up. See if maybe they're wanting something with a little bit of smell to it today. Cherry and chicken gizzard, yep. We're fishing for catfish on the Chattahoochee River here in Phoenix City, Alabama. I don't know. I don't really prefer one or the other. I just use whatever I can get. I mean, I fly fish, all that stuff. I do it all. The only thing I don't do is bow fish. Chattahoochee River here in Phoenix City, Alabama. You can see our sister city across the way is flooded, Columbus, Georgia. We're trying for catfish right now. We've had a bunch of bites. I think they were smaller fish. Here in a little bit, I'm going to move, I think, further upstream. Try fishing in between the trees and see if that helps. You fish in Maine? Okay, cool. So you got the big, like, bluefin tuna and stuff up there. Bite on the green. I didn't see a bite. But it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, me too. I'm hoping I catch something. They were biting so good the other day, I'd be surprised if we don't end up catching one. They can't be full yet. There's so much food in the river right now, washing out all these holes and stuff that are normally dry. Yeah, I seen when the water was coming up, I saw mice running everywhere and snakes and everything else coming out of the grass and out of the rocks. We're just using chicken breast right now. I'm completely out of shad. Crawfish? Oh yeah. And actually, you know what? That I should have brought crawfish. That would have been a good bait to use. I didn't even think about it. I might do that next time. I might go get some crawfish and then come out here. I think it rolled into one of the trees down there. There's a lot of them on that bank. There we go. It might be why we weren't getting a bite. That's the good thing about these dragon weights though. You get hung up like that, this thing will pull right through. You lose a lot less stuff that way. Oh, it looks like we were hung up on somebody else's line. We brought in somebody else's hook, it looks like. Oh, cool. See if I can unwrap it real quick. See, somebody got hung up and broke off out there. Let's see. There we go. Wonder if this is one of my boy Bruce's rigs, because I know he was fishing here earlier. Yeah. Got their swivel and everything. Corner piece. There we go. We ain't got too much time before we move location, so your microwave. All right, let's throw that out there. All right, got another bait out there. Let's see if it'll come to rest in a good spot. It needs to kind of sit in front of that creek. Yeah, y'all probably can't see it on here, but right over here, there's actually a creek mouth that whenever water raises up, it pushes up into it. You get a lot of fish over there that way too. Hunt and fish, awesome. It's hard to beat it. I don't get a chance to hunt anymore. I just fish. Y'all can see how much stuff is actually coming downstream with it. Oklahoma, oh yeah, there's some big cats that way. We got some here too, but you got to go down to Eufaula to get the giants. You don't get them around here too much. What, in Oklahoma? No, I've never fished up there. I know some people that used to a long time ago. I know they got some big fish, big catfish. I think y'all got big flatheads. Montana? Nope, never been to Montana. I think the furthest up I fished was Point Pleasant, West Virginia. That was when I was working offshore on the what do you call them, chemical barges. We go upstream, do a lot of noodling. Oh, you got messed up hands then. Hey, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think you're the first person to ever put a gift on here. That's pretty neat to see. I lost a walleye about a month ago. I was in Tennessee, thought I had a bass, and was just kind of like, messing around because I didn't caught a bunch of bass. And then when I realized what it was, I had a walleye. It would have been my first one ever, and it popped off. Small ponds. I do fish small ponds. I'll fish anything that's got water. You'd be surprised what big fish I found just in random puddles out in like fields and stuff. Yeah, fishing with your hands. Yeah, get broken knuckles, chewed up. So rigs, you talking rod and reels, or you talking like hook, line, sinker, that kind of stuff? Because rod and reels, I use Akuma stuff exclusively. I'm sponsored by them. I've been using them for years. Hook and line. So I'm sponsored by Minotaur Hooks. I've been using them since they started. And then I think I've got 30-pound braid on the green pole, Power Pro, and 65-pound Power Pro on the orange rod. And I use, Suffix Superior, 80-pound for the leader. The same line I use for leader for grouper and red snapper is what I use for the catfish. Almost in front of you? Yeah. Our river is so fast here that doesn't work. All you do is get hung up. That was a hit. To be such a, smaller, shallower river, it runs super, super fast. You bet once and it was an experience? I bet it was. I used to know some people in Mississippi did it, and they talked about, oh, it's so much fun. And then when I looked at them, their hands were all chewed up, fingers all twisted, missing skin. Now, the next location I'm going to walk up to, you're not going to be able to put 2 poles out because I'm going to be fishing in between trees. But I expect we'll have better hookups. Oh, yeah, I fish on a boat. I kayak fish all the time. %90 of my channel's kayak fishing. Yeah, me too. Biggest we might get here would be 20 to 25 pounds. You want anything bigger than that, we've got to go about an hour and a half downstream towards Eufaula. Caught a little catfish. Oh yeah, them catfish will spike you good. They will tear you up. A little nibble going on. He's thinking about it. Might be too many little channel cats down here. Starter river rod? I mean, I guess it just depends. I mean, you can always go get ugly sticks from Walmart. and they're good to start off with. I mean, it really just depends on what size fish you want to go for. If you're looking for a trophy catfish right out the gate, you need to spend the money and get better gear. Yeah, well, biggest I've caught from here in this location is 25 pounds. We're using chicken for bait, using chicken breast. Look at both of them just got a little tap tap. Yeah, I caught multiples in this area in the 20 to 25 pounds this year, but it was all from the kayak. Well, that one, the biggest one was from the bank, but the others were from the kayak. Bullheads, yeah, we have bullheads down here. Most people don't use them for bait. When I lived in Mississippi, a bullhead was flathead bait. We were putting it on a hook. Most of our flatheads down here are caught on shad. Hey, from Indonesia, what's going on? And pull it out early. Yeah, that's why I like circle hooks. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. You either hook the fish or you don't. I lost too many big catfish on J-hooks. Hello from, what's that, Naples, Italy? Awesome, thank you for coming in. Thank you, I appreciate it. If y'all new here and you like fishing, hanging out, and having a good time, please subscribe to the channel, help me grow. I've been growing. I've already got a decent following on TikTok. I wanted to bring it over here, try to grow. We're growing on Instagram. I have not done actual crabbing in a long time, but I used to, heavily. The furthest I fished is, oh God, where were we at? We went down to Juno Beach. We went further than that. Where did we go? There's some popular highway down there that's just, it's got two ditches on both sides, and it's known for people fishing for peacock bass. That's the furthest down we went. I think it was like towards like, what is it, Nepal or Naples, Florida, something like that. PB, 75-pound flathead I caught in Mississippi. I caught multiples in the 50, 55-pound range in Tennessee. Biggest I've ever caught here is 32. I would start off with using full bluegill. And PB bass, 12 pounds, 8 ounces. You new in here? Awesome, I appreciate it. A 62-pound, that's a monster. 59's big too, rod and reel. I do use live bait. We just don't have any today. I just using what I had with some chicken breast, and it's been working. Just today it's being slow. And it might be this location too. Live bluegill, yeah, I love using bluegill. They're one of my favorite. That orange one finally getting a hit, or is it rolling again? We're gonna move here in a minute. Big bluegill, yeah, exactly, big bluegill. I've used goldfish in the past. I don't know about here. In Mississippi at the time, it was legal. That's when we used it, and we caught a lot of flatheads. And believe it or not, we would catch carp on them. Hot dogs, yeah, right. Sunfish, yeah. Yeah, we have a bunch of different types of sunfish here. Yeah, I still got one of the Abu 7000. It's like the CI 3 or something. I just use it to throw the dog's toys around the yard now. I appreciate all the likes and all the subscribes. Thank you so much. Here in a minute, I think I might reel these up, and I might just tote y'all, and we'll start carting our way up until we get to a new spot. They don't seem to be jumping here like they were the other day. We had those few bites and they quit. Ready to move. Actually, I can stay right there. We'll give it just another minute. Just give them one more chance to make up their mind. Appreciate it, bud. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to give nothing if you don't want to. We're just having a good time. Actually, no, these are the Akuma Cat Slayer. Me and about 4 other guys got to help design these rods. So this is kind of my baby right here. We got to go, and I actually got to test them when they were just a prototype in Tennessee. We were catching all kinds of stuff on them. Yeah, I'm running 65-pound braid on the orange pole and I think 30-pound braid on the green. Appreciate it. Yeah, like and sub. That's totally free. It helps me out a lot. We'll go ahead and reel up the green one. We're going to get ready to move upstream some. Give it one more second, let that orange one have one more chance. It just depends. I use braid and mono. I just interchange them. That's actually, so my catfish reel wasn't lined up, so I took my swim bait one that I use for big bass. You know, I use 65-pound braid to 30-pound mono leader for the big swim baits. I just cut that leader off, put it on the catfish rod, so I have something to use today. Yeah, y'all like the same channels? Yeah, that's what's on there right now is braid to a swivel mono leader. I do a lot of kayak fishing, so I don't get hung up quite as bad. You know what I mean? So having braid on there is not that big a deal. All right, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pick y'all up. I'm gonna take you with me. We're gonna cart our way up a little ways till we get to another spot. So you can either go along with me or you can come back in a few minutes and see our new location. But where I'm going, if there's nobody there, because they seen me catching all those catfish there the other day, if there's nobody there, we'll stop there and fish. Thank you, appreciate it. You have a blessed day also. We're at least having a good time, I hope. Yeah, we have a ton of small cats here too. Right now, because the way our river is, I don't have to run a heavyweight. Nothing's gonna keep it from moving anyway. You could throw an 8 to 16 ounce weight. Our river's so fast, it's gonna move it. So I just try to opt for stuff that's not gonna get hung up. So you can see, got that red dragon weight. It's only a 2 ounce. Appreciate it. Take all the subscribers I can get. Y'all killing the like too. 107 likes. That's awesome. You can see this is what our river looks like right now. This is all the river normally. So you see not these trees here, but that little tree in the middle. Our river's normally past that. This is all normally above water. You can see our walkway over there. It's 100% underwater on the Georgia side. Because it's hard to have more than 2 rods out here, it's a lot of structure to get hung up on. I don't want to be donating a ton of gear. But the spot we're going to now, you can only run 1 rod anyway. So we're going to put 1 rod out. We'll be fishing literally in between the trees. But that's where I was pulling those 20-pound cats the other day out of. What's up? What's funny is you can actually smell the fish right now because they're all up against the bank. Always keep an eye out. Maybe every once in a while you'll see a gizzard shad get washed up. I'll run down there and scoop him up. You can see all the water pouring down as we get closer. You can probably see some of it past the little bird's nest right here that they use to zip line across the water. Yeah, we're major flood stage. Yeah, well, this is where I've been catching my fish. But like I said, a bunch of the guys seen me catching fish here just the other day. So I'm almost wondering if we get over there and there'll be a bunch of folks fishing in between them trees. I don't think I see anybody. We might be all right. We might be able to get this spot. I believe in you. I believe in you. Well, good. Somebody needs to believe in me. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, our spot's open. I wonder, I'm curious how high the river is compared to when I was catching the fish yesterday. I wonder, it looks like it's come down some, so. Blue catfish. Blue catfish are invasive where you're at? Yeah. The Potomac River, they're invasive too. Supposedly, blue cats and flatheads are invasive here, but they've been here so long that they've kind of gave up on trying to get rid of them. Yeah, it's still up pretty good. We're going right here, right in between there. All these trees you see the water bouncing off of, that's where we're going to have our bait. Yeah, water has dropped a little bit, but that's okay. We're still gonna get a fish. At least I feel like we're gonna get one. So where I'm parking the cart just yesterday was actually underwater. So it's dropped about a good 10 foot. But it's supposed to come up more. We're only going to do 1 rod here because there's going to be a lot of getting hung up. That's why we're using the dragon weight. And I also got to figure out which way I want y'all to see with the camera. Because it's going to be, like I said, this is actually the current is pulling it upstream. It creates a big eddy that pulls everything backwards. It's all right, only 1 rod, but I just about always catch a fish here. I'm not going to say always because, I don't want to get y'all's hope up, but maybe this one. It's leaning really bad. It's the only bad thing, we're on a hill. Gives you a really weird tell you what. We'll get it fixed here in a second. Let's see. I'm gonna do, actually gonna use the fishing pole to help hold this up. I mean, I don't know if they are, but I've put them through pure hell and I haven't had any trouble with them. All right, let me cast this out and then we'll figure out how it looks on the camera here in a second. Let's see. Y'all can kind of see it. I can back this up and get it a little bit more in camera for you. See if we can turn it. There we go. Yeah, we're using chicken breast. There we go. Fishing the Chattahoochee River right now. Phoenix City, Columbus, Georgia area. Let's see if I can move. So I'll show you. I'll reposition this here in a minute. So you can see, so I got my bait out. That's what we're fishing into. That current is drifting and it's pulling the bait into them trees, and that's where them catfish are sitting at. I wonder if I could set it up where y'all can see better on this. So this is literally combat fishing right here. We're pulling them out of the trees. I really don't know of a good spot to angle this camera for you because we're on a daggum hill. It makes everything difficult. If I can wedge that. We'll be done moving around here in a second, I swear. There it is. Much better. Alrighty, we got the pole up. I guess looking at it, I might be able to put a second pole out, but I'd have to put it in close. It'd have to stay real close, and I'd have to basically put it in the tree roots. But I don't know. We'll try this first. This is where I caught the big ones the other day. Now, I've never caught any trout. They've always gotten away from me. There we go. You can see how bad the current and all the water is pushing out there right now. Oh, it's way higher than the storm. Normally, all of this, there it is. Sorry about that. I think somebody had a phone call, tried to come through, and it messed up the screen for a minute there. One good thing, because the water has dropped a little bit, we're able to keep this actually more in line with the current right now. So that's pretty nice. I'll give it a few minutes and then I will reel it up and throw it a little bit further over, because there's no telling which one of these trees over here that they're actually sitting in. It just depends on the way the current is hitting today or not. Jealous? Don't be jealous. If you can go fishing, go fish. And I'll tell you something else we'll do in a minute. They may need more to get their attention. We might swap rods out and use the one here with the float and see if that actually will get more action from them. See, there we go. Sweet, I appreciate you coming in. Woo, tripping over my cart. Yeah, I just got a feeling I need to cast it a little further out. Y'all bear with me. We're gonna get this fine-tuned. All right, we put it a little bit further out there, more in the channel. Haven't been fishing almost 17 years. That's terrible. You need to get out there and catch some fish. Later, bud. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. A lot of folks don't like fishing this spot because when the storms make the water high and you're throwing in these trees, you lose a lot of gear, but I'm telling you, these catfish love it. I know, 17 years is too long. So you get hung up and it's broke off in the sticks a lot. I mean, I can see right here, there's a nub right next to my rod holder. I can see from there how much it comes or goes. Let's see if I can, yeah, lots of snags over here. There we go. But I mean, that's just part of it. We're throwing into the trees. This river don't give you many options right now. I found years ago, because I just wanted to go fishing, I was tired of waiting on the storm to quit. And so I just chucked in the trees and figured I'd lose my stuff. Well, I caught a big catfish, 10 pounds or better. And so from that day forward, I started doing it. I've been doing it my whole life. There's only a few of us that really do that, just because you do lose a lot of stuff, but you can catch some really good fish. You just got to take that risk, risk it for the biscuit. We could always take the green pole and go and throw it out into the main channel and just kind of bounce it around until we get a hit. But that takes a lot more, attention away from y'all, because I'd have to pay attention to the pole more. Halloween, yep, we're getting ready. Me and my wife have already started putting the skeletons out in the yard. I like how that pole turned out. It looks good. Finally, some nice weather. Yeah, if y'all new here, you like fishing and hanging out and having a good time, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tap that like button. I appreciate it immensely. I got a feeling we're going to get a good hookup here in a minute. Yep. Come on, fishy. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'd love to pick up another 20-pounder right here. Or a big stripe grabbing the chicken would be pretty cool. Dude, that's a huge grasshopper, giant grasshopper just jumped up on the tree near me. I think the next bait we put out, we're gonna mess around a little bit. We're gonna put some Kool-Aid chicken on there. See if we can't get one that way. Yeah, the only other thing is bouncing a bait. We could always do that. Oh no, my wife, she loves it. She loves handing out stuff. We always put one of those big white fold-out tables. Last year, we were the cool people. We were giving full-size candy. Yeah, the bait's still on there. Yeah, it was still on there when I put it out there. It might be a little bit more difficult than the other day because the water has been high for several days now. They might be starting to get full. We'll find a fish. I just might have to change my my tactics a little bit. Hello from Indonesia. What's going on? Thanks for coming in. I always do good fishing storm water. This is slow, really slow for me. Normally, I've already had about 8 fish, and we did have bites. They were just, you know, a lot of times I don't like throwing small hooks and small baits just to catch a fish. I want a big fish. We might swap it up in a minute. We might take that pole down and put the one with the float out there and see if the float rattling around will get their attention. You don't fish any swollen rivers after a storm? It's totally off? Yeah, usually the catfish are on. When the water comes up high and it makes everything muddy and nasty, that's when the catfish are just boom. And like I said the other day, I was tearing them up right here. It took about 30 minutes for them to find my bait the other day, but then once they did, I started pulling in catfish like crazy. Maybe you should try again. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you're going for, though, too. I mean, catfish love this kind of stuff. If you're in saltwater, I know that freshwater coming in can mix the water and mess things up a little bit. I don't normally fish saltwater for a few days after a heavy rain. Indonesia in the house. Hey, thanks for coming in. Uh-oh, there's a fish. There's a fish. He's pecking at it. What I say, it took about 30 minutes the other day for them to find it. Oh, it's way, way up. It's about 10 or so foot higher than normal, but it's actually come down about 10 foot. The other day, where we're fishing at now, was underwater also. All these green trees you see in the background, those were all completely submerged. You couldn't see them. Well, we just had a bite, so they're in the area. Just give it a second. We're going to pull some fish up. I don't know why it always takes them a second, because they circle. My theory is that they circle through here looking for food. They're not constantly here because the water's pushing them backwards. So you'll get about 5 or 6, and then it'll stop. And I think what it is they're circling through with this heavy current. And as it brings them back around again, you'll catch a few, and then they'll stop again. This is Phoenix City, Alabama. We're fishing the Chattahoochee River after that hurricane. The river is still about 10 foot higher than it normally is. The river walk on the Georgia side is completely submerged. Thank you for all the likes. I appreciate it. If you're new here, like fishing and hanging out, subscribe to the channel. I got a feeling here in a few minutes we're going to have a hookup. It didn't take them quite 30 minutes to find it this time. Well, actually, this is Alabama. You can see on the other side is Columbus, Georgia. We share the river. This is we're sister cities. We're only about 150 yards apart by that bridge over there. It's probably about 300 yards from here to the other side. And in this area, I don't get giants. Biggest you'll get is about 25 pounds. If we go further downstream, we could get into some big catfish in Eufaula, but this is a very shallow fishery here. There's no way for me to translate some of this stuff, is there? It's about 10 foot high, higher than normal. Yes, the other day it was about an additional 10 foot high. We would actually be underwater where I'm standing right now. Can't translate? Dang. I know on TikTok I can click it and translate it. That stinks. Sorry, I don't understand. I appreciate you being here, though. Fishing is a universal language. Throw it in deep. You cannot throw it So we're in the middle of a bunch of trees. I mean, you can see if I turn you, that's all we're going, that's what we're catching these fish in. They're piling up behind those trees, trying to stay out of the current. And what I do is I drift this bait back, and it basically kind of fools them into coming out of those trees. I have let it drift in behind the trees, but you lose so much stuff. I have come back down here after it and found my gear after the water recedes, though, so it's pretty cool. Beer batter, I've done it before. I don't really fry too much fish anymore, but used to we would beer batter them. I kind of like just a good old cornmeal and flour mix with some really spicy Cajun spices. Come on, fish. Y'all just found the bait and hit it a second ago. They gotta eat. We're fishing the Chattahoochee River here in Phoenix City, Alabama. Sorry, bud, I hate to do it. Way down yonder, yep. Just 2 days ago, I was pulling them out of the trees right here. That current is hitting and rolling around the trees. You can see it right there. Those 3 trees are what they're hiding in. They're trying to stay out of the current here. Yeah. Even if he means well, just too much spamming. It's all good. I appreciate it. Thank you. I had to time him out. It just was too much spamming. Let's see what 5 more minutes. I'm gonna take that bait out, and I'm actually gonna dip it in cherry Kool-Aid to give it a different smell. See if they like it. Yeah, that's where we're fishing in. This is a big old back eddy. Ow, I just got hit in the head by a, what is that? Oh, that's a daggum, freaking walnut. Just bopped me in the head. Ow. Thank you, I appreciate all my subscribers. Couple more minutes and we'll dip this bait, try something different. We might go full different. We might put a fresh piece on, swap out the rod, and we'll put the bait on the float and see if the float makes a difference. I know a lot of times I do really good on the float. Yeah, at least it wasn't a coconut. It felt like a coconut. Jesus. I might try to find a heavier weight too. Three. 3 might be the heaviest in these that I have. Hook it up. We're using chicken breast right now. I ran out of shad. I'm out of skipjack, all of that stuff. So I just went to the store, bought some fresh skipjack, some fresh chicken breast, and that's what I've been tearing up all my catfish on the last couple of days. You know, chicken breast does really good during the summertime because it has some of the same amino acids in it as the zebra mussels that they eat out of the river. So it tricks them into thinking it's just a big glob of like the mussel meat floating around. We about to mix it up and throw some Jello on it, some cherry Jello, or Kool-Aid. I want to start coming out here just using random weird baits to see what they'll eat. Put a blue crab on, put a crawfish, you know, put an eel. We don't have eels down here like they do in the Potomac, though. We had a decent hit on this one, and but I think it was another smaller cat. I'm about to put a fresh piece of bait out on a different pole. We're going to take that pole up, and we're going to put the one that's got the float out and see if the float and the cherry Kool-Aid makes a difference in the bite. We might need to get something that goes for their senses, get their hearing and their smell. Sour straws. See, I brought what was left from using for carp bait. See if they want something a little fruity. Get a little smell to them. Give them something different. Let that soak in pretty good before we throw it out there. Yeah, I know, right? I like to bring something a little different. I try to be as natural as possible, but I mean, there's nothing natural about the chicken. It mimics the muscle meat, but it's not 100%. So, but maybe they want something different. All these floodwaters bringing out all these different goodies. So let's try this. Let's try a float and try some cherry Jello chicken. Well, just trying to do something different. You never know when different makes all the difference in the world. There's a lot of mud in the water, a lot of stuff messing with their senses. Maybe we have to reach out and actually get their attention. We'll start off with a little piece. And we'll work our way up. Nah, it's not going to fall in the water. I got a really good rod holder down in there. We have just about every kind of catfish you can think of. We have blue cats, flatheads, channel cats, bullheads. So we'll try this. We'll see if this gets their attention. Might help if we have bait, huh? What's up? All right. That might be why we weren't getting any bites. The bait was gone. All right. Going for something a little bit different. We're going to try a float Jello chicken. And that reel has mono, so we actually ought to do better on the hookups because that mono stretches. It'll help the circle hook find the corner of the mouth better. Wouldn't it be something we pull a 30-pounder out of them trees on that Kool-Aid chicken? Yes and no. They're trying to get rid of the flatheads, as far as I know. Used to, you couldn't keep but a certain amount. But now I think they're trying to get rid of like all flatheads. And blue cats used to be you could keep whatever you wanted, but I think now they've got regulations on them. I normally don't keep track of that because I just catch and release. I just let them go anyway. Let's see if that old float does better. Trying two different things, a float to get their attention and the Jello chicken to see if maybe they want something with a high smell. Yeah, now I know up where I fish in Tennessee, it's heavily regulated. Yeah, it's got a soft tip. This one has a softer tip than the other one. So you're gonna see it moving around a lot more. But that's okay, you need that soft tip for them circle hooks to really dig in. I'm not sure, I'm not an expert on that. If you get 30 minutes of smell on it, then that's good enough, you know what I mean? The chicken itself will have a good smell, but that Kool-Aid will at least put something, you know, kind of disperse a stronger scent into the water. Maybe I can get them to come out of those trees real quick. Everything's regulated in Florida. Yeah. Yeah, they protect them redfish, boy. We're at 129 likes. Let's get one more like. Let's get it to 130, y'all. Help your boy out. Use liver. Yeah. If I had pantyhose, I would use the liver out here, but I don't normally use pantyhose. Yeah, appreciate it. 130 likes. I have a feeling if we do catch one, though, we're going to catch a smaller cat because that Kool-Aid stuff, I feel like it attracts more of like the channel cats and like the baby blues than anything. I've never caught a big catfish on like stink bait. You know what I mean? Big catfish I've always caught with live bait or natural bait. No, we've had a ton of bites and no hookups. I think it's a lot of little guys out here. We moved locations. It's a new location. We've been here about 20 minutes. We had another bite, and I feel like it's another small catfish, so we're changing it up. I just put this pole out with Jello chicken. That was a hit. You see that? I saw that on the camera. he missed it. He'll come back for that. That was a miss. Jello chicken, maybe that strong smell's what they need. It could be the Jello chicken, it could be the float, but whatever. It's got their attention. Wow, he snatched the crap out of it. That was a complete miss. He probably rolled on it. We'll give it a second or two to see if he'll come back for it. We may have to put a new piece of bait on there. I think the bait's still there though. I think that was a 100% just a miss. Jello chicken. Yeah, well, like I said, I don't normally use the stuff, so I don't really do that. You know what I mean? I figured it would do better right now just as like a, kind of like a burst scent. You know, just something really strong in the water to get them motivated. Believe me, everything that direction smells what's in this water because the current's pushing it all right here. And all them fish, they're not fighting that current out there. They're staying near the bank, so they smell it. All right, I'm gonna check this real quick. We still got the bait? No, never mind. They took most of it. They put a fresh piece on there, get it back out. Jello chicken, I look at that. Thinking outside the box kind of helped out this time. Quick release, powerful scent. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going for on this. If I can get them fired up, they'll start coming out of them trees. They'll start hitting everything. I don't know if it's the smell or if it was the float or a combination of the both, but it got them interested. So let's wrap it up real good on here. Good and smelly. All right, we're putting it back out. Wash my hands off real quick. Meant to wash my hands, not soak my feet. All right, bait back out there. We got new bait. We were supposed to be ground zero. We were supposed to get just absolutely eradicated, and it completely missed us. My buddy, who thought it was going to miss him, went to St. Simon's to take his family on a vacation. It swerved and nailed them. He was stuck down there for several days without food, water, gas, anything. Yeah, especially today. This was straight after work. I didn't have time to really plan. I just knew I had a chance, so I had my rods ready. You know what I mean? I just grabbed what bait I had in the freezer and went with it. It just so happened I have that pack of Kool-Aid in my tackle box from last time. We just had a really good hit. It hit and come off. So we put Jello chicken out there, and it seems to be getting their attention pretty good. I could see some people's lures in the trees they were trying to cast when the water was higher. Lake Texoma and the Red River. Okay, Red River, that's got gator guard, don't it? Am I thinking of the right river? Nah, we've had a bunch of little fish bites. The last one we just had was a good bite. So we put it up. I swapped it for this one because it's got a float on it. I'm trying the float and trying the Jello chicken, which seemed either the float or the chicken, or maybe both, made a difference. But we had a really good hit just now. I just put the bait back out. Some fish guts? Yeah, I've done that before. So, okay, yeah, so it does have the gator gar in there. Gotcha. Yeah, I had 2 poles on the start. This is the spot I was telling you. You can't fish 2 poles right here. It's too much structure. Pretty sure the river has dropped about 3 or 4 inches. It's not hitting the rod holder as much anymore. Cat poop. No thanks. I mean, if you want to mess around with it, we're getting another bite. Did you see that? They're wanting that Jello chicken. That old Jello chicken's got them interested. I need him to bend the rod down and stay bent down. Enough of these little bitty guys nibbling. We need one with a mouth big enough to swallow the bait. We're not using giant bait, so if he can't get that in his mouth, then it's a teeny tiny guy. So we're fishing Phoenix City, Alabama. We're on the Chattahoochee River. It's, about 10 to 15 foot blowed out past its bank. We're in major flood stage. It's come down some, actually. It was even higher yesterday. We would actually be underwater where we're standing right now. Yeah. What's that, Indiana? Awesome. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you checking me out. I was hoping to have more fish for everybody today just because the fishing was so good last couple days, but they're tapping, but no serious bites. Nobody's actually eating the whole bait and getting the hook. Yeah. At least they're still moving around. Yeah, this is a completely different hook. This is not the same pole. I've got a smaller hook on here to see if maybe these are tiny catfish and we start getting the hookups on them. I'm not going any smaller hook than what I'm using now. If I need a smaller hook than a 6/0, then I don't want to catch them. J-hook, I don't like using J-hooks fishing on the bottom like that. You lose so many fish. Treble. Nah, not with cut bait. That's how too many gut hooked fish. Like I said, we're not getting them because they're tiny. If they were big fish, they'd be on the hook. Hey, thanks for coming in, bud. I appreciate it. I'll probably get hit by another one. They're falling all around me. me check my bait. That's still there. Alrighty, got it big out there. How big are they? I caught one that was 20 pounds just a day or so ago right here. We don't get too many bigger than that in this area. You got to go further down. Can I get a shout out to old Monkey Dude? What's up, Monkey? You a King Kong fan? So this is actually, technically would be a dragging setup. So this, I got 30-pound mono on this one, but we got the big barrel swivel, like a 300-pound barrel swivel, 80-pound line, 80-pound leader. We got the 3-ounce dragon weight, which is one of these. It looks like a sock with 3 weights in it. And then you got a float and then a hook, and that float helps keep your bait off the bottom, kind of in their face a little bit, gets their attention, plus it rattles. They started noticing catfish will react to sound. It doesn't matter, chicken is chicken with them. Really, if I could have my way, I'd be using skipjack or bluegill, live bluegill. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it. So this time I pitched it on the other side of the tree and I let it drift back. It should be literally just like an inch from one of those trees. And see if we can't coax them out from around there. Yeah, I love using bluegill for catfish. And for big bass too. If you're using live bait, you'll get a big bass every once in a while. No, I just fish. I don't hunt anymore. We ran out of all of our family's hunting land. And as much as I would like to hunt, it just gets in the way of my fishing. I love fishing so much, you know. If I get to where I have property where I can hunt again, I'll probably hunt. But I'll never go hunting over fishing. I'll drop hunting in a second to go fish. That might be a little nibble. Come on, eat it, dude. Look like the current changed for a second, too. Oh, yeah, it's way high right now. It's way up in the trees. All those islands that I fish on out here in my kayak, you can't even see them anymore. They're underwater. 100%. About 5 feet. It's way over 5 foot flooded. Now that water's up like 10, 15 foot. Hey, if you're new here, you like fishing and hanging out, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Continue to grow the community. We got a ton of rain. It rained here for like 3-4 days straight. Pro Bass Pursuit, what's going on, bud? Fish on in 5. I hope it better. I got it sitting in the perfect spot. It makes no sense why we wouldn't have a fish. Not in this river, they aren't. When it comes up high like this, they actually come up and get in the trees, which is why we're fishing. All these people throw out into the main channel and stuff, and they catch a few here and there. They don't catch like I get in these trees. Whew. Sorry, bud. It is peaceful out here. I get to enjoy fishing with y'all and just relaxing. And then, you know, we get bouts of good activity when the fish are hooked up. I can't wait to do some more lives from the kayak again. Yeah, right. My family actually has a little family-owned paint business. We've been painting pretty much my whole entire life. I'm on the verge of going full-time content creation. So hopefully this job or maybe the next one will be my last one. We'll see. So we have chain pickerel. They're like a pike, but they're way smaller. But they look just like a pike. Oh, automotive paint, signs. Okay, cool, nice. Yeah, we do residential and, you know, some industrial stuff, but mostly just residential repaints. We did do new work, but there's no money in it. Yeah, that too. Rail yard, nice. Might be doing more of the Jello chicken next time. Yeah, it does damage to your body. My lungs are still hurt right now. Even though I was wearing a mask and everything, that sanding dust got in my lungs. I've been feeling wheezy for about a week. It depends on the size of the fish. If it's a 10-pound bass, I'll take the bass. If it's a 50-pound catfish, then I want it. The silica dust, yeah, that stuff's crazy. We used to get silica dust when I would work on the barges, the dry haul going up and down the Illinois River. I used to hate that stuff. I appreciate all the subscribes today. After this live, I know this live was slow for fish today. We've had action, just no fish so far. But go back and check out some of my videos. I've got some killer fish that I've caught this year. I'm working on a video tonight. It get posted up tomorrow of 2 days ago when I caught all the catfish right here. Yeah, no thanks. I'll stand next to a fishing pole in 110 all day, but not next to a conveyor. I watch a little football when I've got time, when I'm not working on editing and videos and stuff. Just college. I don't really follow much NFL stuff. I like my Falcons, but I don't know if they'll ever do anything again. Now we had another good bite, and then it came off, so I don't know what's going on. I guess today's just not my day when it comes to these circle hooks. Must be tiny little fish. 2 days ago, the smallest fish was 7 pounds. 30 catfish in one night. I love nights like that. One night on a full moon, me and my buddy, we fished for I think maybe 2 hours. It wasn't a very long trip, but it was on a full moon on the Tennessee River. We put 220 pounds of catfish in the boat. We had tons of 20s and 30s. Bunch of 15s. It was crazy. Oh yeah, we're super flooded. Check it out. Everything's underwater right now. Yeah, I'll show you what a circle hook looks like. So they're designed for bottom fishing. They're to help keep you from gut hooking fish. So this is a circle hook right here. When the fish picks up the bait and pulls down, it hooks itself. And it's meant to help keep from gut hooking fish. That's one reason why I like using them so much. The rain is a good thing. For making the catfish bite, it is. For flooding everything, it's not. We've been drought stage for a while. Yeah, 90% of the time you don't lose fish. If you lose fish on circle hooks, it's because they're small. They're just too small to get the whole hook in their mouth. I'll be honest with you, if they're too small to bite these hooks, then I didn't really want them anyway. Sometimes I like catching a bunch of fish, but most of the time I like catching like 1 or 2 decent fish. I need to recast that. Looks like it's got pushed over too much. Might need to add another weight to it. It was actually pulled up to the top. What's up, Big Mike? What's going on, man? I hate to double up the weights like that, but it looked like the current speed picked up when I turned around. The reason why it was vibrating was the bait was up top. Working and watching. Cool, man. Yeah, I come straight here from work. We're just using chicken breast right now. I'm 100% out of skipjack. Yeah, I saw they were going to raise it some more. You knew it would. This is Phoenix City, Alabama. You can see Columbus, Georgia across the way over there. We're fishing the Chattahoochee River, just trying to catch some blue cats. If you do here, you like fishing and hanging out, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Helps me a good bit. If you're ready, yeah, I bet. Go fish off that pier. You can fish with as many rods as you want to here in Alabama and Georgia. The problem is we're in flood stage and the water has come up, I'm actually throwing into the trees. My bait is sitting in front of those. So you don't want multiple rods because you're just going to get tangled up into each other. All the fish have to funnel through here because of the way the current's going. They're just being real finicky about it. I am very surprised. I thought we would have a catfish by now. We've had plenty of bites. There's no hookups. They all seem to be real tiny. But we do have a ton of channel cats, so it wouldn't surprise me if it is a bunch of tiny catfish. The bad thing about live streams too is that y'all either see me catch fish or you see me don't catch fish. There's no fishing for several days to get a video and then you see a video with fish in it. You see what it's really like. Just 2 days ago, I was tearing them up right here. Yesterday, I heard they were tearing them up. And then today, it's dropped about 10 foot. Oh yeah, I fish up there. I fish up there in my kayak. It's not a very healthy catfish population up that way. It's mostly bass fishing. This side of the dam down is the healthier catfish population. Yeah, I don't know why above the dam up there, the catfishing is not that great. You barely find any blue cats. You might hear of a 50-pounder being caught once every like 5 years or something. Get out of here, ants. Oh, this might be the end of the live. We're giving it a couple more seconds to see if maybe we can't get one fish, but phone's going dead. Can't be helped, y'all. We came straight from work. I tried. We've had plenty of bites, just no hookups. Too small. Little baby fish. I'd rather just catch nothing instead of catching a bunch of little dinks. Y'all do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. See if we can get one more to get that 150. Boom, there's that 150. Whew, that leader I was using earlier is all chewed up. I'm gonna have to retie that neck before I do this again. But I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it. We had fun. Wasn't any fish. Makes me kind of sad, but I guess it's just how it is sometimes. But I definitely will be doing a lot more fishing. Got to get as much in as I can before I got surgery in November. I'll be down for about 6 weeks, so it'll just be live streams and hanging out instead of fishing. And then once the doctor clears me after, it'll be full throttle back out there, saltwater, freshwater, all that good stuff. Darn fish. But all right, I guess I'm about to leave, man. No fish today. We've had tons of bites and no hookups. They're all tiny fish, no big guys. You know, there were so many people fishing this spot because of watching me catch them fish the other day. I wonder if they sore lipped them. But we were trying for catfish, but I got to go ahead and end the live. I got to make sure I got enough phone service or phone power to make it till I get back to the house. So I will catch y'all back out on the water. Thanks again for coming in, being a part of the community. And we'll be doing some more of that. Hopefully we'll go back again tomorrow afternoon. So I will see you back out on the water. Peace.